Hi, I'm Paul Hazelhurst from Bstar. In this session, we're going to talk about Knowledge Bank. Bstar's Knowledge Bank has been created to provide our alliance partners, advisors working with SMEs, information to enable them to add real value to their clients, because they'll not only be able to value a business, they'll now be able to compare that value to like businesses from accessing our data warehouse. In addition to value is sale price. So if you're working with a client who's looking at selling their business, we're also collecting information that'll enable you to compare a business value to the price of the businesses are selling and buying for in the market. And last but not least, the real power of the Knowledge Bank, the ability to measure a business's top 18 KPIs, which is automatically produced from completing a valuation or the direct data input.
Okay, so let's have a look at Knowledge Bank. You will sign in as per normal to your Alliance Partner site. The site we're using here is a branded site called ABC Partners, which we use for promotion and training purposes, and it has access to all of the education, engagement, tools, programs. We're focusing on Knowledge Bank here, and what I want to do first is show you the reporting area. So I'm going to click on reporting, and we're going to use mining engineers as we have been in all the sessions we've been running. And as you know, we've valued mining engineers. So as a result of having valued that business, we are now able to produce a number of benchmarking reports. So let me just click on the down button, and you can see there's 9 different reports that are available. So quickly running through them. We've valued this business, so therefore we can compare the value of this business to similar businesses. We could also value this business, as we have, and compare it to businesses that have been valued using some other method. Knowledge Bank enables you to actually input directly into the Knowledge Bank, not via the BCRC, a business's value. So for example, you may have valued it based around a value of the asset itself, the balance sheet. You may have used a recurring revenue model. There could have been a number of methods that you may have used. So you can input that data, which then enables you to run a comparison report. The third report under valuation is an industry report. So what that enables you to do is actually produce a benchmark report for industry. In this case here, you do not need to have a client. So if you are out marketing, let's say, to the engineering sector, which is the case study we're going to be using, and you're marketing to one of those firms, we want you to select the ANZIC group that business fits within. In this case here, engineering design and engineering consulting. The minimum information you need to input after that is the date. So we want to compare businesses that were valued between the 1st of the 1st 2010 and, let's say, today, the 23rd of December 2011. And we're going to put an income range in there as well. Now we don't have to do this, but because we know we have quite a bit of data, we want to make sure we're refining the search. So let's compare values for businesses within the engineering sector that are turning over somewhere between 1 million and 4 million. Okay. As you can see, you can go further. You can actually put in a number of staff, you can put in a postcode range, and you can also put in a group code, which is, the grouping is a new function that we've developed, which we'll talk to you about a little later. Okay, so that information is now being sent to the data warehouse, and it is going to produce a report, which it has. And here we go. So this is the industry report that you may very well use when you're out marketing and engaging with an engineering firm. So as you can see here, we've got the branding down the right hand side. It's all about how you can help your client become more profitable and valuable in their business. So it goes back to that value improvement that we're all trying to achieve with our clients. The criteria: engineering, design and consulting businesses turning over between 1 and 4 million. And you can see there's 27 businesses we're comparing it to. And what it's comparing is the average profit, EBIT, after adjustments compared to benchmark. The cap rate, in this case, you can see the average cap rate's 3.18 and the benchmark's 3.8, and the dollar value of those businesses. What it also does in this 2-page report is give you information that you can then pass on to your clients around, well, how do you improve profit? How is their profit compared to industry? Are they at benchmark? or are they at average? How do they look as far as cap rate, their value? Do they understand what their business might be worth? So obviously giving you the opportunity to engage with them around helping them understand the value of their business. The second page of this report plots all of those businesses, those 27 firms, against each other, against average and against benchmark. And the report closes by providing you good information to talk to them about how you can help them build a business that's more valuable by giving them the value improvement package, the VIP treatment. So that's the first report that you can produce. It's an industry report, and as we mentioned, it does not require a client. What I'm now going to show you though is I'm now going to show you the comparison report for mining engineers to the industry. So we'll use the same criteria. This time this report's actually going to show you what mining engineers looks like compared to average and benchmark. So that information's been sent to the data warehouse. We'll wait for that report to pop up. Here we go. And again, a 2-page report, but as different to the industry report, this time what we're doing is we're actually now got an extra column. So you can see your business there. So we're seeing that mining engineers profit, their cap rate and their value compared to average and benchmark. The little red box above slightly above the line there, above the average line, is them compared to their peers. And again on page 2 we're also comparing them in terms of profit and cap rate. And this time quite specifically based around their positioning against their peer group. If they're below average, if they're below benchmark, then what can they do to improve their position? So again, this gives you great information that you can use to have a more meaningful discussion and hopefully help you achieve engagements with your clients. So that's the valuation report. Now, we also have the ability for you to compare value to businesses that have been bought and sold in the market. So we are collecting that information not only from our alliance partners but also from business brokers. So let's just see how that report looks. So again, it's the value transaction. What we're doing, comparing value transaction to the valuation model. So we're going to compare value, our value that we've created, to businesses that have been bought and sold. So it's now gone to the data warehouse again and has produced a report. So this gives you some idea of how this report's going to look. So in this case here, we have information on 17 businesses, engineering design and engineering consulting businesses that have traded. So what the first part of this is to compare the value to the average transaction buy-sell price and benchmark buy-sell price. It then shows all those transactions, the little blue triangles, the date the transaction took place and the price. And then on page 2, again, it leads you to strategies where you can talk to your clients about how you can help them optimize the value of their business. So a lot of consistency here with the information that you want to provide your clients, but also the type of advice that you'll be able to provide to them going forward. Okay, so that's the second report. You can also do an industry report for buy-sell transactions as well. Last but not least, what I want to show you is the performance benchmarks report. So as a result of either inputting the data directly into Knowledge Bank or completing a valuation, what we're able to do automatically is calculate the business's top 18 KPIs. So let's see how this report looks for mining engineers. We're using the same criteria again. And let's see how they stack up. So here we go. Now this is a slightly longer report. You can see there's 30 firms that have met the criteria. If you were to narrow the field, for example, put in a postcode or an FTE, obviously the number will be less than that. The first page of this report plots mining engineers on an average and benchmark chart. And these are the 18 KPIs. So let's go through them. First off, we want to understand what their sales growth has been like. We want to have a look at their profitability and performance ratios. So what's their gross margin, their salary and wages, their profit, their return on capital employed. And what's most important, and this is where we've worked with the banks to actually agree what are the most important cash flow and finance ratios. We want to know what their WIP and debtors are like. We want to know how well they're converting their profit to cash. So what's their cash cycle like? We want to know how well they're managing their stock. We also want to know what their interest cover is like, their quick and current ratio, and their total debt to equity. So these are all the key KPIs and performance benchmarks that when looking at a business either as a lender or as an investor or as an owner, it gives me a very, very quick picture of how I stack up. If we then go to the second page, it then breaks that down specifically against each KPI. So what we're seeing here is it's been categorized. So the green is above the benchmark performance. They've got two areas there where they're doing very well. The yellow is the average to benchmark, and the red, that's where the focus needs to be, obviously, going forward. So it enables you to compare their result to average in each category benchmark and then arrive at the variance analysis. So again, this report is to give you the ability to have a different discussion with your clients about, well, that's where you are, but where would you like to be, and can we work with you to help you improve it? So we'll keep driving you back to, now that we know the information, we now have the processes and programs to assist you in improving your performance. The rest of this report is further information, really just to give them some understanding around what those KPIs are and what they mean and their level of relevance. So that's the knowledge bank. It's a very powerful process. One of the things it is, though, is it's up to date and it's accurate, because the people that are using it are our alliance partners who have been trained. They're using the same methods. They are adjusting the P&Ls in the same way. And every new valuation or every new bit of knowledge bank data entry that goes in actually means that the information in there will always be up to date and always be relevant. So think about how you can apply this to your existing clients, your future clients, and start turning your business into a business that can really help your clients improve their business value and their performance.